And away we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Track Feedback on Saturday, July 2nd. And as soon as my stream comes up, I'm monitoring on my phone. So one of my computers died and I had to transfer stuff over and had a weird week. But we are up for Track Feedback. And I think this should be solid. So, gotta turn that down. And away we go. Hey, everybody. Yep. All right, cool. Hey, everybody. Yeah, hi. Shepherds, I just saw your comment. We do have a lot of tracks. You want to do Danag, and leave the distorted monkey mind for next time. Okay, I think I can do that. And let's get that up. So we got our monitor screen. Just had Matt Schultz on for the last track I opened. Discord is closed. My brain is somewhere. And we're gonna start with our friend Jeannie Paraverse, who has been kind of doing other things since last winter, but she's a multi-instrumentalist and producer who has a cool style. Quick updates we have in the first week of the Techno Volume 1. We basically made enough money to cover the cost of mastering, like $160 something, or we made like 157 or something. So I'm really happy with that. The first week of sales, you know, I didn't expect to sell 10,000 copies or anything. So just so you know, we have made just enough money that we can kind of not stress out about the financial part of it. And then over the next several months, if we actually start making more from that release, I'll be happy to split it out as per our contract. Blah, 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 blah. Who's here? Jeppers. Oh, AFL, John's here. PR. Alex B, you got the big D. So let's jump into the music, and if I think of anything else worth saying, I'll say it. EQ flat, stereo width, open up, let's go. Push this up a little bit. Right off, the sound design is great, and the kick drum and drums need to be louder. The stereo hi-hat is cool, the kind of chick thing. The snare drum definitely needs to be a lot louder, and the kick drum also needs to come up in volume. Oh, and I'm monitoring comments on my phone over here, so if I miss your comments, it's because I'm looking at a tiny screen and then scrolling up and down. But so far, so good. That cymbal crash is a good level. That lead melody could come up a little bit, and I like what the song is doing in the structure. It's an interesting shape of music. That's an interesting lead. It almost feels like it's backwards. Good dramatic moment. Very dramatic, that's great. It's like got sweeping moments and everything. The tone of that lead synth is a little weird. It really sticks out as like, are those vocals? Let's check in mono. It still works in mono, but it sounds much better in stereo. What do you guys think about this lead instrument? Is it important for that instrument to be that tone? Maybe it could be a little... I like the function of what it's doing, but the actual tone sticks out like it's kind of scratchy or something. I don't know. Or is that like a guitar? Like a distorted guitar that's backwards or something? I like the sound design overall. And a nice ending. Okay, so song structure is like A+ finished. Keep that. Mix needs the drums to come up basically, and maybe check the stereo width on that one synth. That's like a very wide sounding synth. And then that lead sound. The only thing that stuck out that I personally would change maybe is the tone of that lead. Or it is unique though and memorable, so I'm not going to pass judgment on it as good or bad. It just strikes me as something that's like, oh, it took me a little bit out of the track. And I'm curious if anybody has comments or if I hopefully didn't miss them. And we're going to keep jamming through the rest of the tracks. Next up, DJ Waters, version 3 of the Lofofora remix from Grown Out of Minimal in the Plants of the Gods project. With some hi-hats. I can't look at the changelog either, my stupid other changelog. I don't have Discord open, so unfortunately right now I can't check the changelog. Ugh. Ooh, that's nice. That kick drum comes in proper. Okay, now I see some comments. Oh, Jeannie's still here. All right. Shit, good. I just had to refresh. All right, hang on a second. I'll come back to DJ Waters. I just now got the comments loaded. So, Jeannie, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I'm having trouble with the snare coming through. Can you sidechain other parts to the snare, or is that not ideal? That can work very well, but for now, all you have to do is get the snare up louder in the mix. So if you have to take everything else and bring the volume down, it's just a simple volume fader solution first before you even touch sidechaining. The problem was that extreme that you could just push up the snare drum fader and possibly take everything else down in the mix. Good. I'm glad you got. Thank you for all the comments. Paul likes the lead. Very cinematic. Scott would detune it totally. Oh, Alex B. What? It's a weird synth from Omnisphere. All right, cool. Fight night. Steve versus Alex B. Who gets the big D? And now it looks like comments are updating live. So, sorry for talking over DJ Waters' track. The mix is sounding good. Now I'm paying attention to this. I definitely like the piano and the chords. We were talking about bringing that up last time, and I think bringing up the bass line. I can hear it blipping on the upbeats. My pop filter. I really like the way the chord progression works with the vocal and the sounds of those instruments. That synth is kind of breathy with like that like, oh, this is great. Can you go back to the break, please? Do you mean this break? I think this bass line could be a little louder too, the upbeat piece. Ba, ba, ba. I like the way that arrives at the kick drum. Let's get back into this breakdown here. turn my headphones up. This is like actually soothing. Dirty art. Did that kick drum come in early? Wait. Two. Now I'm counting 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Comes in the middle of bar 5. The way I'm counting from the downbeat of the piano change. The way it sounds right now is cool. I was a little surprised the kick drum came in where it did. I would have expected it at the end of like 8 bars, a little later or a little sooner. Anybody else feel that, or am I counting something weird? DJ Waters always has interesting phrasing and kind of unexpected or offbeat, literally offbeat timings. So I'm not quite sure if that was on purpose or not. The mix is sounding really good, really clean. I agree, Oliver. The mix does sound super clean. And sound design and everything is cool. This is a remix, so half of the sound design is like from the original, and the parts that are layered in with the piano and the new vocal and synth are beautifully done. Okay, so Ian, I guess the main thing to do is count, like, I'm counting the piano as like, okay, there's the end of the chord progression. Do, 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 do. 1, 2. That down is the downbeat. How does this phrase start? Bam. 256 I would count as the beginning of the breakdown, and actually the kick drum stopped before the end of the chord progression. So, am I gonna sneeze? I think it's pretty important to have phrasing that lines up so people get what they expect, with the duration of like the kick drum matching the chord progression and the song structure sort of aligning. It's okay to cut out the kick drum a little sooner right there, but it's not as okay to have a chord progression where the kick drum comes in sooner than you're expecting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 8. Put in the kick drum here. Bam. 428. I think the kick drum could come in at 428 at the end of the chord progression. And that's pretty much all I have to comment on the track. Sound design is awesome. It's a great remix. It's very faithful to the original. We talked about that last week. Totally playable, and the mix is sounding really good. Maybe the kick drum might be a little too big in the mix. That might be a mastering thing of kind of compressing the mids and getting the highs up a little bit louder. I'm in headphones, so I don't want to give too much mastering advice. Let's hear the ending. The French chord touch comes through as the elements are on the edge of being not in sync, but I dig the remix. Yeah, Shepherds, actually, that's an interesting point, that it's kind of okay. Like, it doesn't do what a predictable club, big room club track would do, but that's like, I could kind of flow with it. This is a great ending. That's not in the original. This is me turning it up on the master on the broadcast level, by the way. Hey Jens, thanks for checking in. That's great. The ear candy's awesome. You're doing a super good job with tastefully adding little things to blend with the original, which is especially cool after hearing some of your hardcore beats. So nice work on that one. I hope that makes it on. That's going to make it on the remix collection for sure. Okay, Melvis and Mindbender. I didn't see Todd on here yet, but let's see. So Mindbender added some EQ, some reverb details. Oh, yeah. Let me push this up a little bit. You guys, this is definitely getting the big D done. Is the clap brighter this time? A little louder? Okay, the good news is this track sounds amazing and I think this is done. The bad news is I'm probably not going to play the whole thing because we do have a lot of tracks that need more help. So Morton, if you're watching, this sounds beautiful, and Mr. Melvis, keep it coming. I love that scratchy layer. You guys hear that? It sounds like raspy, right? The claps. Yeah. I hate skipping through good music. Shepherd, I think you nailed it. Got the little tray, you got the little grinder. Vocal sounds perfect. The effects are dreamy, but not too washed out. All the middle high frequencies and everything. And the Mindbender bottom. Boom, 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 boom. That inner voice. Do, 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 do. I don't think I was aware of that before. Right there at 249, there's an inner synth voice. Do, no, no, no. Really adds to the harmony. So I'm going to use this as a little synth programming or MIDI or song structure lesson. This is very instructional. So if you're making a track and you feel like the song form is boring and nothing's changing and you already tweaked your filters and you don't want to change the volume, one of the things you can do is take a chord and slowly arpeggiate it by hand. So instead of just having 3 notes and pressing down the chord, like, you know, and pressing it down and holding it down, like you could walk up the scale to get to the 3 notes where you go like, am I on here? Okay. So here's a chord. So instead of just holding down the chord the whole time, you could be like, and you end up holding the notes of the chord, but you sort of play notes of the scale on the way to get there. Let me go back to 249 and you can kind of hear this in action. Right there. So it's like the harmony and the chord is happening, but it happens over time and you can hear the individual notes in it. And that allows you to just totally spread out your whole harmonic motion and add some rhythm, add some changes, make it interesting, get a little scale motion in there, reinforce the harmony without just holding down those 3 MIDI notes like for 5 minutes. If you really wanna see, you should find answers won't make you wise, so keep a rocking on down the line. I am pushing up the volume, that's me. Keep a fighting, struggling right. Can't stop, can't quit, we be rolling like road shows. Studio
obsession every day, on a mission every other day.
Listen to how clear that voice is.
Just for the feel of busting lyrics every day. Riding the rhythm and you know we can't stop. Peaceful warrior, we're killing it on the track. Musical murder, we done that. Being fire on the mic, you know it's just a cha.
Jeannie, we were talking about Thievery Corporation last week. That's the first thing we said. Like the beat dropped, 5 seconds later somebody goes, Thievery Corporation. Oh my God, that bass, wait. Rewind. That is giving it to me. And Jeannie, check out how that kick drum is like big and powerful and then it gets out of the way. It's like a thump and it doesn't have a long tail. I think this kind of drum mix would work well with your music. And by the way, listen to those two claps. They are not the same. Did you hear that? The claps are like Coke, Coke. Amazing. Damn. You all are, that track is, that's, it sounds like a vinyl record in a record store, man. It's so good. And for that clap trick, you want to avoid, here's a sound design trick for people. Avoid having things sound sampley. This was something like in the early 2000s or 90s when people are just triggering the same sample again and again and again and again over and over. It gets super repetitive and it sounds like a sample. We would say it sounds sampley. So what you can do is with your claps, set a low pass filter and map that to the velocity of the clap. So if you hit it hard, the filter opens all the way up and it's a nice bright clap. But if you hit it at like velocity of 90 instead of 127, you hit it like medium hard, the filter only opens up part of the way and the clap has a darker tone, but the same volume. So disconnect velocity of the MIDI note from volume of the clap and then map the velocity of the note or how hard you press the note. Map that to your low pass filter. So when you hit it harder, the filter opens up and you can get that like kind of sound from different finger impact. And having the velocity not connected to volume makes it easy to mix where you can have the clap nice and loud. It's going to be the same level coming through the mix, but the tone changes. Pivclit is here. Yes, man. All right. So I don't have any single piece of advice to offer for making this track better except to put it on vinyl and send it to me. Oh, speaking of me, getting warmed up. That's how come my ice cubes melted. Oh, shit. Hello? Okay, it's fading in. What I did right now this week was I added on like a minute before the intro, or a minute of intro before the beats. So we're going to listen to like a minute. And right now I can tell you that I was confused by how the bass line fades in slowly, then that voice is really loud. So I'm going to do some mix work on this to get things automated so that it all fades in together instead of having the bass line quiet and the voice is super loud. Ooh, Shepard is a probability function in Live 11. I didn't even start playing with that yet. That's cool. I broke my own rule. I had no idea how loud to put this track until that kick drum came in. So, actually what I would like to do is take the bass line at full volume and have it be like starting at the full volume so you know where to put the volume of the track and let the mastering engineer do the fade in. And then I stripped back some of the beats so that it doesn't drop in with all the percussion. In other words, layering it up over time to reach a climax. And Oliver had a really great comment about some of the kick drums being a different level, different volume level, so I gotta check that out. And it's 6 minutes. I'm not gonna make you all listen to this whole thing. Okay. Here's where the beats are in. There's the keyboard part. check the keyboard transition back to the main drop. No, I did not. Piv, the answer is no. I didn't do the mix with SonarWorks turned on yet. That's gonna be my next step, is like get the song form, get the stems done as audio files, and then do like a proper mix with SonarWorks and that kind of thing. But thanks so much for the feedback. I'm really glad that it's landing well with all y'all. And I'm not sure about the ending. I kind of like it when it just goes to beats and well, check it out. I think it could have a little bit more of an ending that goes to ambient with some of the drone parts after the beats stop. So this might end up being about 7 minutes and getting a better mix, and hopefully that'll be done. Yeah, it could be glued a bit more together, but sounds really good. Just some small leveling problems. Thank you so much. I'm glad for the... I've had a busy week. Let's just say that. AFL, John Madison coming in version 2.5, breaking the tides. No, I'm not going to MC. I'm just going to play tracks. Yes. Kick drum came in at the right level. I was guessing the master should be right there. Didn't touch it. Came in just nice. I like how the snare drum slowly got louder and louder. Yes, totally. Yeah. You're doing exactly that thing we were just talking about. Those two snares are different. That's great. Different tone on those two. Okay, I want your opinion. What do you think if the beats drop out right here at 140 something? When we go to this change, it's like kind of harder energy here. 1, 2, 3. What if, boom, at 139, the kick drum totally drops out and we just hang in the synths? Would that be okay? Like, would the synths be... and then it drops back in. So from 139 to 156, cut out the kick drum, maybe? What do you guys think? This is solid right here. Going mono. Okay, it sounds okay in mono. There's one layer I would like to have louder that's a little... that like upper synth. There's a synth that's kind of up there. I can kind of hear that higher frequency synth, but it's a little bit too like tucked underneath the lead. And since it's a different register, like different octave, it would be okay to maybe pull out that high frequency synth a little bit more. Beats sound good, mix sounds good, sound design is definitely good, and this track is flowing. Oh, here's some glitch on the top layers, right? Yeah, you could glitch those out with... Oh, Shepherds, okay. Snare is very mono and too loud. I guess the snare could come down a little bit. It would still work if it was a little bit down. So are the hi-hats doing the glitch layer? What if you took all your drums and sent the stereo drum group to a different glitch that was like an atmospheric textural, like chicka 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 chicka? Maybe. I like the shakers. I like how the track has changed right here. It did not occur to me to skip through it. I'm just like really enjoying the flow. If you missed it in Wednesday's email, I sent out a link for glitch machines that Piv was just telling me about. That's free. So go here, glitchmachines.com, products, Fracture, grab this little thing, and you get this. It's like a buffer sampler that takes little tiny pieces. You can reverse them, sync them, filter them, and delay them, or delay and filter, and then drop a reverb after it. And it's super fun. So grab that. And then what you gotta do is jack everything up on full tilt and get some distortion. Okay, start the water sooner. Like... Dun, 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 boom. 425, start the water fading in like slowly right here. So we get this like background awareness that it's coming to the end. Yeah, because 442, it's too sudden. It's like it's splashing my foot. Like, come on, man. Awesome. I'll put it up for opinion. Opinion number 1, cut the beats out at that break section. Opinion number 2, take the snare drum down a little bit. Neither one of those are critical. Carved in stone number 3, start the water sooner. That's not optional. And that's gonna be done on the next mix. Or, you know, also if you want to add in, like, if you want to get the Fracture glitch and try glitching some of your whole stereo group, I would definitely put the glitch plugin on an aux return track and use your send knobs and maybe take your different instruments and send different sounds into the glitcher at different moments in the track as like a creative tool to kind of play with what's happening in the music. That might be kind of fun. So good creative ideas. Dig it. Sound-wise, 90% there. So that's like a lowercase d, but it's not the big D, so, you know, got to keep it coming back. Okay. Yeah, good advice. Okay, Robin Schwartz. This is cool. Let's see what OSP is doing lately. Speaking of glitch, I'm going to bring this up a little bit. I have not heard this yet. Where's Matt Schultz? What is that clicky ticky snare thing? Mono. I love the bounce in here. I'm turning this up. Oliver finds micro rhythms that are so fascinating. That kick, doot, ba-doot. What was that sound? Hold on a second. Voices or what? This is really good. Nice. How did we create that transition here? So first of all, the synths have been growing and getting louder. Right at 2 minutes, skip a drum beat, or cut out a kick drum, and make it like an invisible accent. Super minimal cymbals. That was a Raven recording? Wow. Oh, is that is Robin? Is that a Raven? Schwartz. Does that mean a black Raven? Robin Schwartz? That's a cool sound. Burp, burp. A little bit louder with that ear candy, please. Yeah, those little high frequency ones, a little bit louder. And maybe if you put them into a delay, it would be awesome, but that might not be your style. I would put those into a long delay. Like a quarter note delay. What's the tempo, everybody? A little faster than 120? Oh, it's a bunch faster. Yeah. I like the nice light cymbal. Like not too heavy on the ride. Ooh, keeping the new instrument all the way for the breakdown. Yeah, the sound design is minimal, like almost dub techno, but the rhythmic programming is like energetic, like a dance track. Perfect. Ooh, that was cool. Very deep textures. One more time. This chord right here. That at 427. This is beautiful. So overall, I think the mix, the only thing I can think of right now is that it's a little bit dry. Like there's a lot of really cool sounds that I think would benefit from some delay and space them out in time so they kind of continue longer. That is a bit of a creative decision, so I don't expect you to do it, but that's what I would do on some of those ear candy sounds. And even on this melody right here, after the drums drop out, some delay with the EQ delay return, so you don't hear the exact same thing. And that little thing, what is that? 505 group. And it sounds like an orchestral minimal thing. Like you could perform this with piano and cello and violin, and it would be like cool music. Seven minutes. Alex B, happy the way it is. Piv, more dub delay. You know, it's beautiful. Now stripping it back down. The basic elements for the ending of the structure is amazing. Like at the climax of the track, we had the most instruments. Now at the ending, we're back to basic instruments, and it somehow sounds even better when you strip away instruments and just give us with the beat and the opening theme. What do you guys think about that sub bass? One more time. The low end feels really good. Are you guys hearing the sub bass notes enough? The sub bass is kind of subtle, but I don't know if it needs to be louder. There's that delay. Okay, Alex, think it fits right. Okay. Really easy to listen to, the whole thing all the way through. It's interesting. There's a lot of little details, and the mix is like totally solid right now. So you could pretty much play this out, get this mastered. Version 2 is gonna be done. And that's a pretty cool ending. So Shepard's mid-range spectrum has space for an additional element. Yeah, there is definitely space for a lead or something. I think I was kind of thinking about that when I was talking about using a delay to continue some of those little ear candy elements and fill up the space for a longer duration. Because there's so much space, just a little delay you would really hear it. And that's a great example of space in the mix where you can hear every element. There's not too many things cluttered in there, and each one is like speaking in its own frequency range. So beautiful mix, great track, super interesting. And I want a copy of that one too. Or if we could put that out on the house compilation, it'd be even better. All right, Tim Laws, Cyber, we got Temple 01. Oh my God. Sorry. I kicked in loud. Whoa, bass house. I'd like to hear this bass line alone without the kick drum. I like the upper part of the bass line. Feels like the lower part might have some kind of... That sound is cool. Wait, what was that? Yes. I don't know what that sound was. That was really interesting. One more time with this. That's a weird stutter, right? Dude. I guess it works. It's pretty surprising. It almost sounds like somebody hitting the pause button or like the cue button on a DJ mixer. Wait, I want to count this out. 3, 4. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I wasn't sure if the new hi-hat came in on a block of 8 or not. And that little crazy voice is so good. That bass line sound could be a little quieter, that growl thing. It sounds really good, but it's a little bit too loud. Good groove, man. And that little weird voice could be a little louder. Oh, ooh. Yeah. This feels like a two-step kind of beat, right? That bubbly sound has a little bit of resonance out EQ'd. Those up there, like 1.5K. Sarah, we have the Sarah approval. Build it up. Got me on that fake drop. I really like these wet metal dripping sounds. Yeah, this sound design is really original. It makes me feel like the person who created this song has like a lot of friends upstairs talking to each other or something. Main thing is that the bass line that's in right now, I think could have a little bit less bottom end to make space for the kick. What was that? What was that? That gap, dot, dot. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, this bass line has enough mid-range and high-end in it that you can keep it nice and loud and cut off some of the lows. Around there, like... somewhere from 100 to 200 hertz, the bass line could get scooped down. Let me try and EQ this a little bit. Right around there. There's that low mid sound that feels kind of like mof, mof, mof that we want to take out. I love this shit that's going on in here. It's like backwards stutter, total silence. That's interesting. Smacking. Is that a new track? That's freaking interesting. All the elements are there. Mixing, tonal balance. Yeah. So don't change anything. Just make it a little bit better. A little bit different low end mix and a little bit louder on these crazy voices. Who is talking to me right here? So the plinky sound that's like that definitely needs to be compressed so that it's not as pokey, so we can hear it all, but they're not spiking out like that. And the little voices, just make them louder. That's interesting. I'm sorry to rush through these tracks. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. Okay, is Max here? I'm not sure if Max is in the building. Let's give him a minute to see if he shows up. And check out Wanderer version 3 from Alex B. And congratulations on your Nomadism release. That's super cool. Banjo Kazooie. I like the texture of the water. That's mono. Stereo. Pulse. Yes. Yes, growing, coming up. That's good, yeah, taking away the snare in the beginning. This opening is really good. Let me push this up a little bit. I like that melody and the harmony. The melody sound could use some compression. The tail of that sound and the delay is cool. The attack is very loud, which means I want to hear more of the quiet part. Use some compression to bring the attack down, raise up the makeup. What was that little tom fill? What was that? 146, that was great. Yeah, Piv, exactly. Techno that also works as chill music. Super cool. The melody sound is perfect right now. I totally like it. That was a good update. This is right in there with Oliver's track. Like smooth and energetic and deep. That bass sound could come up a little bit louder, I think. Like the middle buzzy part. Shepherds, yes. Some resonant EQ space in the mids. Damn it, I keep talking on top of that cool tom. Perfect drum fill. It sounds like you have the bass line sidechained to the kick drum, which is cool. But right here, is the sidechain still operating on the bass line? I got the feeling the bass line was just a tiny bit late, but that could be if the kick drum is still sidechaining it, even though the kick drum is muted. Like, could you get, at this part, could you get the bass line exactly quantized with the arpeggiator? Like that one at 256 was a tiny bit early. When the kick drum comes in, it doesn't matter, the bass line feels good. Yeah, just that part where the kick drum is out, make sure the bass notes are exactly quantized with the arpeggiator. Even if that means changing the MIDI notes in that one little section, it would be worth it. Then when the kick drum comes in, the bass line fits together in between and it sounds good. And for a production principle for anybody watching in replay land, hard quantizing is not the goal here for electronic music. I know it's on the grid, but it's actually really cool when your kick drum and your bass line have like a little bit of groove and they're not super on every single hit. The kick drum usually is for, you know, house and techno, but like the bass line is definitely not quantized. So when I say to line it up with the arpeggiator, that's for like situations where you notice it. And the rest of the time, the bass line probably grooves a lot better, and the hi-hats and the snare when they're not hard quantized. Oh, Max, you're here, perfect. We just saved your track for next time. So yeah, Alex, there's some places in the middle here where some of these synths could use a little bit of EQ dip. sounds are beautiful. Sound design is great. The flow is awesome. Totally in the vibe. What was that voice saying? And right there, 3.8K in that voice, there was a little like shrill for a second. Okay, Shepard's ear candy is great in the stereo field, but almost too dominant. Do you mean those? Still totally flowing. Yes. So many good things are happening in this track. It doesn't need very much at all. I think we're almost done here. And some of the EQ stuff in the mids could actually be even a mastering thing. Oh, cool. We got Max drunk in the pool. This guy. All right, a lot of good comments in the mix notes in the comments. Yeah, I would do some compression on that lead instrument. And I want you to understand the reason why. For anybody in replay land, listen to how that sound has a loud beginning and then a relatively quieter decay. So compression would take the opening transient a little bit down and then raise the overall level of everything that sound is doing. Nice rain texture. Is that the ear candy, Shepherds? Is that the one you thought was too loud? 6 minutes, because that is a little bit loud. It doesn't have to be that loud. All right, awesome, Alex B. That's going to be a good addition to the mix of texture compilation. No, and by the way, I'm not playing favorites or picking tracks. Like I seriously want everybody who makes house music to submit something for our next compilation coming out in August. And if we get 15 tracks on there, that's cool. Hopefully, they're all going to be pretty much playable in a set. And I don't really feel the need to put a limit on the number of tracks. Like, yeah, we don't want, 70 tracks that are half crappy. But if we have 15 excellent tracks or whatever, I would be cool with that. And I'm really excited to hear what people put in. And we have a couple already. So, la 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 la. Duke. Coming in at the 118. Oh, Steve guessed it. 119, 120, I don't know. Alex, I don't think that I didn't have a problem with the stereo width. We didn't really check in mono, but for me, I didn't feel like it was too wide. That's a cool sound. And this is a bit slower than the original, I think. Is that right? Got the hi-hats coming in. Really cool reverb on that. And the panning. Yeah. It does have the subtle kind of like emptiness and fullness at the same time. Disgustingly awesome. Yeah, great vibe. That last cymbal was a little too quiet. Very background. We have a lot of water in the tracks today. This is the third track with the ambient rain. I like that panning sound. Nice. I don't remember exactly which are the original sounds in this one, but this remix is really feeling good. Feels like we entered a new space after that drop too. The hi-hats are going to be coming in soon. I hope. Let's see if we can guess it, right? Right around here. Yes, perfect. That 344 hi-hat. Yeah. It's the sound of the pool. Whoa. That feels like it's inside the top of my head. John Madison, we all want to copy this one. This sounds great, Max. I think you're going to be done. This is ready for mastering. I don't hear anything to really change on there. Perfect. The pace is good, like the way you use breakdowns and space to lead us back into the beat. The bubbling bong is missing, right? Sorry if that was gross. And we're coming in for a landing at the end of the track. I can feel it slowed down a little bit. Let's just check out how we get to the ending. And yeah, John, the thunderclap at that moment right there. Let's hear that again. The shaker, the clap. Oh, that's beautiful. One more time. How do we get to this moment? That stereo sound, everything is awesome. The synth sounds. Yeah, exactly, Max. Okay, so trying to be minimal, but still keep it evolving. That is exactly the name of the game, with layering, playing with a few sounds, waiting to bring in the sounds so you don't have everything at the beginning of the track. This is kind of my notes on this for people doing out in replay land, laying out a minimal track. The techniques you want to use are just pacing, like wait for things to come in. At 3:30, 3:44, bring in the hats with the highness. That hi-hat makes my whole day right there. All right, send off the pre-master. I hate to stop the music and go home, but we got to move on to somebody else. For example, Denials. Boop, boop, boom, boom, boop, boop, boom. This is the fuzz bass song. Let's see what Denats did for the update. Oh shit, did I get the right one? This says 7 days ago. I'm not sure this is the updated version. Can somebody check Discord and let me know? How do we do this? I don't have Discord open and I can't get it. Well, let's do it. Yeah, Shepherds, thank you. Let me know if the what you know or the want you now mix, is there a link that's newer than 7 days ago? Because this, I'm not sure if this is the updated one. And thanks everybody for hanging out with me on Saturday, listening to me talk on top of tracks. Right there, that breaks it wide open, minute in. Great. More high frequency sounds adds energy. Oh, John, thank you. That's the right one. Okay, good. Denats is like the master of the bass line in between the kick drum notes. Alex, thank you. Nice layering. New little hi-hat there at 124. Definitely. Vocal samples and the string sample. All right, thanks, Shepherds. This almost feels like some Bob Sinclair kind of territory. Like really disco-y kind of. All right, Max, get ready for your techno pool party. Send us some pictures. Put up some pictures on Discord so we can see your pool. Yeah, the clicks. Totally. It's like this clicky. I like the fuzz on that bass line. Perfect position above 100 hertz. Yeah, right here. See you later, Max. Yeah, DJ Waters, I want you to do not send pictures of your bathtub with the pool party in the bathtub. I bet you and Sarah drink in the shower, don't you? You're in the shower having a little like, we're going out soon. Come on, get your gin and tonics. Denats, this is sounding great. I don't have any comments yet. That's why we're fooling around. Song flow is coming smoothly. And what I really like is that there's only like a few of the high frequency elements, like the string sample, the vocal. It's not crowded in the mid range. So the arrangement is working. That's probably the most important thing I think you were asking about. I'm like spacing out, when do we hear the piano, the vocal, the strings? There's like something on every quarter note, but it's not the same thing and they're not overlapping. I like that drum break right there, that snare drum break. At 359. That's great. I mean, I've taken a beer in the shower if I'm trying to get ready to go somewhere and we had a beer at the house already. It's been a while. I've also had coffee in the shower. Nice breaks. Yeah. I mean, does anybody have any comments? Because to me, this is feeling done. I didn't hear anything to change. And I think we were talking about using this bass line and filtering it at this part last time. It's called multitasking, yeah. That new percussion layer right here. Wait. What just happened? Something really good just happened. That extra little hi-hat. This is my favorite part of the song. You know what I like to do in the shower, you guys? I sit down. Not gonna lie, sometimes I just sit down. I'm gonna wash my foot, sit down, put your foot up in the air. Feels good. I recommend you try it. Party track making people want to drink and they don't even drink alcohol. Yeah, Dinatch, this is feeling great, man. Whatever you did to it, you fixed the problems from last time. The bass line is super cool with that fuzz on there. And the filtering on the like melodic elements. I mean, they're not like a melody, but like the high frequency elements. Groove setter, yep. Bringing it back down. We don't want to know, right? I like the feel of that kick drum, by the way, too. Partying on a boat. Adam, I think this track is done. Get that mastered. I did not hear anything that I wanted to change about it. It was all cool. Solid. Like, that's very playable. All right. AFL, we did. Who did we not do yet? Got some Shepherds, and since I'm a little bit short on time today, I want to pause for all night long. I did drop a Lionel Richie GIF on Discord, and I want to do some people we didn't. Wait, did we hear DJ Waters already? We did. I heard you one of those. Let's work on Shepherds, and you said not the Monkey Mind, so we're gonna do Danag first. And if I can finish all these today, I will. Took away the clean kick, hit you in the head with it. Let's go. The 140. Okay, boundless. I think I can get through these. Yes, yes. That new sound entering right there. Down, 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 down. Shepherds, I would love to have an album of all 140 BPM, all your tracks at 140. You should publish as a group. Like, we can put them out with Mixatexture or somewhere else with another techno label, but the stuff you're doing at 140, it all sounds so good, and they all fit together as a unit. Another thing I like about Shepard's style is there's always something that's in and out from the rhythm, right? Down, 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 down. It's like 3 against 4 kind of thing. Okay, this little hi-hat could be louder. Ticka, ticka, ticka. Oh, it's getting louder. Thank you. Are these gonna go on thorium? That sound. Yes. Nice, nice, nice. I still think that little squiggly sound could even be louder. That sounds like you're trying to catch something that's getting away, like, come here, come here, come here. And it's like, over here, over here. I'm turning it up. Get ready. No compromises on his album. Oh my God. Vicious. This right here. So simple and so effective. Perfect right here. Just pow. Nice. Yeah. I think this is ready for mastering. 2.1. Yeah, the ride. The mix is great. Low end is great. All the middle range sounds. Maybe one little volume bump with that one ear candy thing. And I think it's going to be done. That sounded right. Did you hear how loud that was? That's perfect. So Alex B, I just saw you put Beatport is honestly garbage. Like, where do you think, is it just all the streaming sites, like having everything on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon all at the same time? Or like, where would you focus for releases? Shepherds, this is amazing. Yes, right there. Ooh, yeah, that scraping. I hear you detuning that ride. Okay, how they treat releases and artists. They do seem to be kind of like fame-hungry, bootlicking type flashy stuff sometimes. But you always have to look. Well, the question is, where is the audience really? You know, like, what? You know all that stuff. Coming in for a landing. Ah, nice. Shepherd is one of the best lately. I mean, all of Shepherd's tracks fit together in the same kind of space, but this one is definitely feeling good. I think that one's ready for mastering. This little guy right here. Oh, not there. Yeah. That sound is super cool. Yes, man. The kick drums. Ah, claps from Mrs. DJ Waters. La 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 la. Okay, so Piv, so Bandcamp is a good main page to guide your fans. Beatport and all the other stuff is exposure to get attention. Honestly, I like Linktree. I really think Linktree is effective because you can put whatever you want in there. Instagram is effective, hashtags, getting people to your Linktree, and then having Linktree just be like splatter, and whatever people want, they can click it from there. I honestly think it does make sense to have a lot of options. And sometimes it's the stupidest thing, like a person has a payment thing set up on one platform and not another one. So like if it's on Amazon, they'll just buy it because they can. But if they have to actually enter a new payment thing on some other platform, they're just not going to do it because they don't want to enter in a new payment thing. As much as you can do to have one-click purchase for a piece of music that people are hearing, and they can buy it when they hear it, and it's only $1, because nobody cares about buying a track for $1 or not. It's more like the price of entering a password and creating an account on a site is what blocks people from buying music, in my experience. And I'm smart. Oh, you don't think people find your Linktree? I mean, Linktree is good to get from Instagram out to the rest of the web. Linktree does work for that. So yeah. Oh, Shepherd's cool. So without you guys, I wouldn't be producing this kind of stuff. It's our fault. We released Shepherds onto the world. All right, Opera Acid version 2. Good opening already. That opening is amazing. Good stereo motion. Let's just check mono though. I could use the kick drum a little bit louder, and I think this opening sound has some... Like, this opening sound, on this sound alone, I would take the low, EQ the bass down, and like boost up the mids. Okay. So that we have more space for the kick. The kick can come in louder. And then this soft sound, perfect place for, this is like a trippy deep house vibe right now. I like where this is going. Yeah, this is bugged out, man. This is interesting. Feels a little bit like some of Randy Adams stuff, but like the lead is more like this is great. Maybe hi-hat a little bit louder. Once that soft sound starts, I'd like to keep going. Right here. Keep that in longer because it really fills up the mids in a nice way. Yeah. Oh, Genie, Paraverse on Insta. Add a story with a link and then add it to your highlights, like the permanent story thing, to get more links on your page. That's really smart, obviously. That's super obvious. Shepard's the new Mr. Oizo, right? LSD bees. Paul gets the big bees. Great sounds and nice snare taps on the break. Really good sound design. Oh my God. That sound is amazing. It's a little too loud and I still want more kick drum, but I love what that sound is doing. LSBs. Alex, yeah, DJ Waters is like a madman about promo and everything. Definitely, as much as we can share promo tips and get each other all up to like the same level, let's do that. My strategy is basically to plan content and batch out a bunch of square photos and images that tell us that go through like a story, and then schedule them ahead of time so you don't have to do it while you're busy with other things. That helps me a lot. This sound design is awesome. So the sub bass part is a little too loud and the kick drum is not big enough. Guess what frequency? 2.5K. I like the sound. Just get a little bit of a notch EQ on there so it's not so like, it sounds like ceramic almost, like kink, kink. Shepherd is too wide, 315 to 300. If you give me his timestamp. Let's just check mono here. I really noticed that sub bass being too big right here. Yeah, the stereo is good, and then the mono field, it's a little bit like... Okay. I like what the sub bass is doing. It's like... This track is going to be great. A couple of mixed notes basically, and something about the arrangement here with this sound, when it first comes in, like let's keep it in longer and not have it drop out and stop. 5 minutes. Don't bring in the snare drum until after the kick drum. Just let it be empty like this. And then at 5:01, bring in the snare drum, tap it stuff. Yeah, this is, I think, the most interesting sound design of the day. It's like just really like dynamic sounds, unexpected. Yeah, little low end work. Oh my God. And you could kind of like still play this in a deep house kind of a set. A little bit faster, but it has like that deep bass and soft chord thing that works for that deep vibe. Those sounds are awesome. Beats are tight. I like the rhythms a lot. That was perfect. I'm like, what is going to happen next in this track? It feels like there's like a worm inside your mind. Yeah. Okay, let's skip to the end. This buzzy sound doesn't need so much bass. Okay, I want to hear where that... I'm going to call it the organ sound, whatever it is. Okay, it comes in right here. 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, at 058, like when that organ drops out, I was like just getting used to it. It was in for 8 bars and it really set the vibe of the track. So avoid having it stop and start, like pick a place where it's gonna come in and enter and then just let it stay in for like a longer period. Cause then it comes back again and we're like, oh, we're back in it. Let me know if that makes sense. That struck me. And then sub bass down a little bit, kick drum up a little bit, sidechain the kick into the sub a little bit deeper. Take some of the low end out of that squiggly sound that's on the lead and cut out the snare drum here. The ticks are okay, but the snare not. Just the little tickies are enough. Yeah, if we could have just the hi-hat roll without the snare drum, I think that would work for what I was feeling right there. And the sound design is crazy good in this track. I want to hear that again. Please get that done for next week. Stop. Okay, Matt Schultz, Theory version 2. And is Matt here? I'm not sure he is. Let's save this. Alex B, we're going to run through this one, see what we can do for Boundless version 5. I wish I could see the change log, but I'm not sure. That's a bit raspy. Maybe not so much around 800 or 900 hertz. Okay. Right away, this sounds better. That part. Bow, bow. It's louder and more pronounced and less muddy. So that update is already good. And I like the kick drum. I feel that low, like, bow, bow, bow. So for me, the low end is working better and that bass synth sound is working better. Right here, it sounds great. No change log available. Deep, deep, deep. Yeah. Watch out for those peaks, like 9 something. What was that? Hold on. That sound is a little bit spiky. King, king, king. Added a click. So that spiky sound is the only like problem I've heard so far. Right there. That lead is good. Bum, 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 bum. That click is good. Nice. Wow, I like what that bass is doing. Just watch out for those spiky sounds. Yes, man. Really good. It's got a circular feel, like with the depth on the bottom, and then also that 16th note. Ticka, 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 ticka. You know what I do for versions? I save a new version every time I export a mix, and I usually go up to like 6 or 7. And yeah, even if it's minor changes, like when I do a work session that day, I save a new version, export a test mix. Even when I know it's not done, I still want to have a test mix of that day so I can listen to it without opening Ableton. Yeah, right there, that frequency. 931, It's like the peak of the track is here, 5 minutes, it's still jamming. Version 18. Now, I don't know about that, man. Alex, whatever you did is a really good update. This sounds a lot better this time. I'm only having a little problem with some of those mid-range synth stabs from like 900 up to 1.6 or something kilohertz. And right here, we're like total Knight Rider. And did you bring the reverb down? Was this the track that had like a washy reverb that was too much at the beginning? Because that problem seems to be either solved or somebody else's track. Shepherd is not possible to spend so much time, but every saved version. Oh yeah, no. Okay, that scratchy sound is too loud at the end. Everything's good here. Then that's just too much volume on that sound. And I think we heard that earlier too, right? I like that detuned ride. Where was that? I like all the changes it's going through. It's interesting melodically and harmonically. Alex B, why is that sound there? That sound has to explain itself because that you don't really. What I would do is turn that one down with the special technique of removing the low frequencies so it has a high pass filter that kicks in and goes and it sounds like the sound is going up in the air, which will take out the lows and make it quieter and get it less pronounced in the mix and give it some motion and some movement, and then send it into a reverb and it could be done. Could be an errant automation creeping around, causing havoc in the track. Yeah, you go spank the monkey. So really good. Version 5 is awesome. I think version 6 could be done, ready for mastering. And let's rip through AFL, not rip through, play through all night long. Don't think about Lionel Richie. Do not think about Lionel Richie. Yes, good kick drum. Yes, good hi-hats. Check mono real quick. Yeah, it sounds better in stereo, but the mono works. Nice. Okay. I think that snare is too loud. It's really smacking. That's how like the snare should be hitting in like hard hip hop, like makes you like blink, like oh shit. It's great that you can make a mix that sounds that bright though, because there are mixes where you want the snare like that, but in this track it's a little bit like softer and chiller, so it's like jack that snare drum down just a little bit. Beautiful right here. You took out that sample. That one. I like that. Yeah, that one. It was in more often last time and it was louder. That's a really good update. It sounds much more like integrated in the track this time. Yeah, that snare drum is not sleepy. It's like... I like the synth delay. That could be an ear fatigue situation too. If you're mixing for a long time and you get used to hearing it at that level, you might not notice that it's actually that loud. Oh, Shepherd's likes it. All right. I mean, you know. Nice pacing. What? Weird, I just got a 503 error from YouTube. I like that tambourine kicking in right here. Feels solid. I'm still here. Okay, good. What is a 503 anyway? Yeah. I like that chord. And coming in for a landing. It got a little bit busy in here. One of the lower synth, it's like wah. Yeah, it's okay for like the main peak of the track. I like when it smooths down and empties out. It gets back to like more of a chill vibe right here. And I'm gonna skip through a bit because I wanna. All night. So I guess bring the snare drum down is the consensus in general. 503 new kick drum error. And I like the changes you made. The updates seem to be working. So I think version 7 could be up for the big D. Let's see about the Land of Fantasies. This is pretty new, 2 days ago. That's more like it. Another ambient 130 from DJ Waters. Oh, that's cool delay on that synth. And yeah, I gotta wrap it up today because I'm going to meet my mom for lunch. Don't want to keep your mama waiting. Yeah, AFL, you're coming together with a nice body of tracks that have the same sort of feel and vibe. It's not like anybody else in the group. I don't recommend you try to imitate any of these people. You'll end up sounding like DJ Waters. That clap thing could be a little louder. The reverb is good on there. Whoa. Good. This lead can be louder. Definitely bring that up. Yeah, that sound is cool. I'd like to hear more of that. Yeah, John, do it. Yeah. Make an EP. mix feels a little bit dull. Here's with EQ flat. I'm not ready for that yet. Hold on. Listen to the EQ here. Okay, coming in right now. High shelf. And a mid-range boost. The clap and the hi-hat parts can be louder. Now I want to hear that voice in 8T. In mono. It's a little hard to understand in mono, so maybe you could take the delay copy and put it in a different frequency range, like have the original dry one be like that lower deep voice, and the echo copy on the other side be a little bit more high frequency with less bass, so when they combine in stereo, when they combine in mono, you hear them both. I know I'm talking on top of the track, I know. All right, Paul, see you later. John, thanks for hanging out. Good job, good job. Paul, enjoy drilling your walls upstairs. I like this part a lot, Ian. This is great. Take it down, take it down, take it down. It's a cool message. The sound of the track with the message of the land of the fantasies, it really feels like you're in another world, kind of. This melody is like playful and dark at the same time. Like that Halloween kind of vibe. Yeah, Shepard's percussion could be a little brighter. That's what I was really feeling with that mid-range area. I like the flanger. Yeah, that little clap is too small, man. Get that up louder. Perfect, perfect, perfect. The phrasing, arrangement, everything is good. A little bit of a drum mix, and I hate to rush through this. Let's just hear how this builds up. You cut the tail off. Cool. I hate to rush through this. I wanted to give you some good mix notes, so I hope that's helpful. And version 2, I'm sure you can make some updates to get a couple little details, and then it'll be done. So Distorted Monkey Mind, I want to just hear this. We're not going to play the whole entire thing. Here we go. Oh, this sound is so nice. I feel like my speakers, I'm not sure if my speakers are actually vibrating. I mean, like overdriven. It sounds like an overdriven speaker cone, but I guess it's not. Great sound design. Let's skip through and just take a little preview. What did Paul say, you dirty monkey? I think that tambourine can be louder. Yep. Oh, get ready. Yes. Cool, Shepherds, you're on the way. This one is in good shape already. Solid. Yeah, what is that lead instrument? So Genie, you mean that one? Got a little Danats kind of chopped up there. Or do you mean the kind of horn sound? Bah. This kick drum is making me happy right here. Bow, bow, bow. This is 301. So Genie, is that the lead you're talking about? Similar structure to the other track, and again, all this stuff at 140 is feeling really good. Right here. I like that backwards kind of sound. Oh, Genie, at the end of Ian's song? Shit, I missed it. Well, you'll have to come back on Wednesday. Shepherds, that's super cool. Bring that back on Wednesday with any... I honestly did not hear any problems in there. So, I don't know what to say. I mean, for version 1, that's like a playable track. Let's see if we can find something helpful. I'm sorry, Shepherds, I don't have any advice on that. I know you want like mixed notes or something, but it sounds really pretty good. And Matt Schultz, Theory 3, version 2. I missed the changelog on here, so I'm sorry I can't update that. And it's almost 2 o'clock, so I gotta get off this. Oh, both leads were made in analog. That's cool. And Matt, this was already sounding beautiful and playable last Wednesday, so I think we're gonna be done right here. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out and for giving each other such awesome comments and talking about what we do in the shower besides washing ourselves and doing the Discord stuff and everything. Really happy to see the interaction going on in the group. Oh, interesting. So total automation, then resampling and sample 1. All right, DJ Waters, have fun with the misses. Don't drink too much in the shower. And thank you for the help with the Instagram advice. Definitely the posts you're putting up in Discord about what you do on Instagram are really, really helpful. We need a bathtub channel, it's true. We do. Matt Schultz. Matt's not even here. I wish I could see Discord because I don't have any mix notes for Matt either. This sounds, I think this is going to be done. While it's playing through, I'm going to be a bad host and talk on top of the track. So for everybody watching in replay land, welcome to courses.mixatexture.com, which is where you can find my really cool hands-on lessons for learning things about Ableton production. So when you hear us talking about EQ frequencies or the tonal balance or the low end or words like the mud or the crispness or ear piercing or something, you can learn about all those frequency ranges in this course called How to EQ Your Tracks, where we talk about the range of human hearing and how to work with EQs to make your tracks feel good and sound good and like click together with that pro sound. I just added a whole bunch of video replays from our live streams in the month of June with specific tutorials on how to EQ your instrument group, how to EQ your stereo drums, how to EQ your sub bass and kick. And not only do you get video replays, but you get a pack of presets to play with and some Ableton project packs where you download the actual project with the sounds from the video so you can drop the EQs and play with them yourself to learn by doing it, which is how people learn things. You learn by doing it, not by watching. So this course is all getting updated. It's going to get more expensive when I finish adding the project packs. But for now, it's still available for... Oh, I got to log out to show you the payment page. Steve's sitting down, yeah. This is what it looks like inside the course, actually, while we're here. So there's a module on downloaded installation of the presets, practical EQ tips, reference library of real audio engineering guides and cheat sheets, and then these video replays with some super useful stuff that's going to get you started EQing electronic music to make it sound good like the tracks that we have in the group. And this is the Mixotexture members site. It's really well organized, and it's actually usable stuff. I want you to come in and learn, collect points, unlock bonuses, all that kind of fun stuff. If you are ready to join, you click the Buy Now button, but you don't have to pay the full price because for the rest of the weekend, you can type in EQ 2022 and drop the price in half. EQ 2022. Coupon code not found. That's weird. I know that's working. Something about me being logged in on admin, but it does work on the site. So that is what's going on, and this is a really cool way to learn how to get your tracks sounding crisp and clean and solve the problems that we talk about in track feedback when we say like, 1.6 kilohertz or those leads at 983 hertz. You'll find out what those frequencies sound like, how to work with them with EQ, what are the types of EQ and filter, and actually using techniques like frequency sweep, cut before you boost, all those pro level things you hear about. You're going to learn how to do them in Ableton with EQ8, auto filter. We talk about EQ3 and channel EQ, and it's going to make your music really sound a lot better. So check that out. Apologies to Matt Schultz for talking on top of your track. This sounds beautiful and it sounds done, and I don't have anything to add. So yeah, get ready for the picture of me sitting down in the bathtub. I'll take a picture of my foot. How about that? You can see my foot in the bathtub. And I think that's all. I would like to rep our new Mixotexture Records project. The big goal we're going for here is to get our tracks done and put them out. Not everybody publishes stuff on the same label, which is fine. And Mixotexture Records now exists to showcase this amazing music we're making for techno, house, down-tempo beats, acid breaks, all kinds of different tracks that people are making. And Techno Volume 1 is now available at mixotexture.bandcamp.com, so you can hear the actual results of these maniacs making electronic music and getting it mastered from our friend Piv at Den Mastering, DEHN Mastering. You can see some comments from real people, the reflection of huge progress. And the really cool thing that makes this special is that we are giving each other feedback, not only for the technical mix, the sound design, and the song structure, but also for the emotional progress of saying, hey, I like the way this track makes me feel. Please get it done so we can play it. And that really pulls people forward to stay motivated, get tracks done, get them mastered, and put them out. And that is what our community is all about. I'm looking forward to teaching some tutorials about how people make these tracks to show you the behind the scenes of the mind of DJ Waters with 8D or anything else. So that's what we are doing. Looks like Shepard and Paraverse are connecting on some sound design. And Matt, this track is done. I think Theory version 2. I think you nailed it just from listening ambiently. I mean, it was already good at version 1. Version 2 is pretty comfortable. And until I would really listen in monitors with the sub turned on, I can't comment more on the bass, but it feels pretty good in headphones. So nice job with that. Everybody, I'll see you on Wednesday. Say your prayers for me to get a new machine so I can have streaming and production without thermal shutdowns and disk drive crashes like last week. It's a learning experience. And I did do my backup, so I didn't ultimately lose anything important, just like the last few days of some blah, 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 blah. Never mind. I got to split, go have lunch with my mama. So I'll see you all on Tuesday for Ableton Production Techniques. I'm Steve Knotts. You know where to find me. And if you have any questions, drop them in Discord or you can send me a message, steve@mixatexture.com. That's like the architecture of your mix. And that's it. All right. Bye.